Okay, so this today enumeration of microorganism in food. Okay, so if any food processor is there, and if they want to examine the or they want to count the microbial load in the foods, they must have to enumerate. They must have to count the bacterial cells, and for that we are having a different method by which we can count the bacterial cell which present in the food sample. Okay, so we will study in detail. So we are preparing a different kinds of product. Okay, whether it is raw, semi-processed, and processed. So for the processing of different kinds of products, we require several ingredients. We require spices. We require preservatives. So we require several ingredients for the processing or preparation of different kinds of products. So that ingredients may also contains different microbes or having a different microbial load. So why we are doing this microbial examination? That's why we have to check the microbes present in the ingredient also, not only in the product. So we have to use the this ingredient. If it is if we are using, then we must have to check how much microbial load is there in the ingredient also. So why we are doing the microbial examination? So this microbial examination of food is generally done. Why we are doing? To know the presence or absence of a specific microorganism. That means whether it is a spoilage microorganism or pathogenic microorganism or beneficial microorganism. So that's why we have to do the microbial examination and the types of microorganism, which types of microorganism present in the food and their number. Number, that means microbial load, how much load is there, whether it is a acceptable limit or it is crossing beyond the limit, and their metabolites, secondary metabolites, infectious compound, toxins. So that's why we have to do the microbial examination of food. Then the information on the microorganism associated with food will help. What it will help in the, if we are getting the all the information of microorganism which present in the food, so that will help in estimating the shelf life of the product. If we are having the information of all these things, so we can estimate how much shelf life of the product will be there, how much duration we can keep the product in a safe condition. Then the microbiological quality of a food or constituent of food. By determining microbiological quality of food or constituent of food, then identifying the cause of spoilage or presence of pathogen when the food is implicated in foodborne illness. Okay, we can also identify whether it is a specific microorganism, a specific spoilage microorganism, or pathogenic microorganism. So if we are doing the microbial examination, we can find out or we can get the information of all these things. Then we are having a different method of enumeration. Okay, we are having a direct enumeration method or indirect method, indirect enumeration method. So direct enumeration methods, we are having a two kinds. Okay, this direct enumeration methods, we are having a two different methods. One is the direct counting method and another one is culture based method. Direct counting methods, again, we are having a two way by which we can count the microbes. One is the direct microscopic count and another one is the direct counting on membrane filters. So that will comes under the direct counting methods. Another one is the culture based method. In that culture based methods, we are having a this again different methods. Plate count method is the most commonly used. So that is the, in plate count method, we are having a pour plate method, spray plate method, and besides this plate count methods, another one is the MPM techniques, most probable number techniques, by which we can also count or enumerate the microorganism present in the food sample, present in the food sample. So we are having the direct enumeration method and indirect enumeration method. Indirect enumeration methods, alternative methods, physical or chemical methods we are also seeing. So here we are using the dye reduction test, electrical methods, ATP determination. So these three kinds or three methods, it comes under the alternative methods, physical or chemical methods. Then rapid, besides alternative methods, we are also using the rapid methods by which we can count the microbial cell or microbial this load. So immunological methods is there, then DNA, RNA technology is there. DNA, RNA methodology is there. So these two, rapid method and alternative methods, comes under the indirect enumeration methods. Okay. Then we will go one by one. First is the enumeration. So enumeration means basically we are counting the bacterial cell. We are counting the bacterial load, how much bacterial load is there in the food sample. That is the enumeration. So study of microorganisms in food by conventional method. Then enumeration of microorganisms in food is traditionally performed by direct counting all microorganisms present in food or by allowing them to develop into colony and then counting. Either हम ट्रेडिशनली क्या कर सकते हैं, फूड सैंपल से डायरेक्टली फूड सैंपल से हम इसको माइक्रोस्कोप पे ले जाकर के वी कैन काउंट हाउ मच माइक्रोब्स इज देयर, और if not then we can what we can do, we can culture that microbes in a suitable medium which will enhance the growth and multiplication of the microbes, and if it will develop the colony, that colony we are counting. So each colony represent one group, one cell, we can say. Okay. So this is the direct method. Then direct counting method में microorganisms present in the food can be counted by observing the food sample directly or retaining the microorganism on a filter paper by filtering. Here we are having two techniques. Direct counting में एक तो है हम डायरेक्ट माइक्रोस्कोपिक काउंट करते हैं. उसमें क्या होता है, स्लाइड होता है, स्लाइड के ऊपर में हम अपना फूड सैंपल को थोड़ा सा स्प्रेड करते हैं, ड्राई करते हैं, एंड देन वी आर यूजिंग सम डाई ओवर दैट smear, dried smear. So that bacterial cell will be stained, bacterial cell will be colorful. So that dye retained bacterial cells we are placing under the microscopes, and then we are counting the how much microbial cells is there. So that is one. Another one is the what we are doing. Suppose the what we are doing, suppose the microbial load is very less in the food sample, and if you want to count the bacterial load in that sample, so what we have to do, we have to filter the samples and then concentrate the bacterial cells over the filter paper, and that filter paper again we have to use the dye, or we can keep into the suitable medium so that it may develop the colony, and that developed colony we are counting. So that two techniques is there. One is the placing under the microscope, and another one is the by using the filter paper. So direct microscopic count, it involves detecting the presence of microorganisms in food by microscopic observation. It's a very simple method and easy to perform. Direct microscopic count is performed by making a smear. How we can do? We have to make a smear of food specimen or culture. Where? On the microscopic slides. And then we are staining with the appropriate dye. So if we are using the stain, the bacterial cell may retain some color. And that retained color of the bacterial cells we are placing under the microscopes and viewing and counting all the stained bacterial cell under oil immersion objective. How much oil immersion objective? Oil immersion objective is how much? Hello? Hello? Oil immersion objective is how much? Hello?
Yes, sir.
oil immersion objective is how
Yes,
much?
sir. सर 10 टाइम्स बड़ा कर देता हूँ।
Anyone?
हेलो,
और कोई?
सर ऑब्जेक्ट को 10 टाइम्स इंक्रीज कर देता।
और कोई? हमने फर्स्ट ईयर में ही पढ़ाया है ये सब चीज, अब हम फाइनल ईयर में चले गए, फिर भी हमें पता नहीं है ऑयल इमर्शन ऑब्जेक्टिव। ऑयल इमर्शन ऑब्जेक्टिव कितना में देखते हैं? Nobody. So this oil immersion objective, basically we are using the 100x, okay? And this method can be used only when the microorganisms are present in a large number, that means 10 to the power 6 CFU per ml. It is commonly used in dairy industry for assessing microbial quality of raw milk and other dairy products. So dairy industry, we are using this direct microscopic count. Advantage क्या है? Advantage है इसका, हमें रैपिड एंड इजी इन्यूमरेशन है, बहुत फास्ट हम कर सकते हैं, कैन बी एम्प्लॉयड टू एनी फूड वेदर इट इज अ ड्राइड और फ्रोजन फूड, सिंपल टू परफॉर्म, सेल मॉर्फोलॉजी कैन बी असेस्ड, efficiency can be increased by using fluorescent probes. Disadvantages क्या है? Requires tiresome counting under microscope, causing fatigue to analyst. We require a lot of time to count, so we will tired, थक जाएंगे काउंट करते। Counts both viable as well as non-viable. Difference between viable and non-viable is that viable cells means we can culture the microbes. Non-viable means we are not able to culture. So that is the disadvantage of direct microscopic count. We can count both viable as well as non-viable. Then food particles may interfere with counting and mistaken for microorganism. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Hello. कुछ प्रॉब्लम हुआ? Cells may not be distributed uniformly. That's the food particles. क्योंकि हम food का sample ले रहे हैं, along with the microbial cells, there will be some food particles will be also there.
Sir, screen नहीं आ रहा है इसका.
Screen नहीं आ रहा. Now. Now you are getting a screen. स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है? हेलो, स्क्रीन आ रहा है? हेलो, स्क्रीन आ रहा है?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. अब आ रहा है.
Okay, so advantages of this direct microscopic count is that it is rapid, that means fast and easy enumeration techniques, and can be employed to any foods, whether it is a dried or frozen food. It is simple to perform. Cell morphology can be assessed. Efficiency can be increased by using fluorescent probes. So that is the advantages. Disadvantage क्या है? Requires a lot of time to count the microbial cells. Okay, that is the disadvantage. And counts both viable and non-viable. Viable and non-viable cells, that means viable, that means microbes which can be cultured easily. That is the viable. Non-viable means microbes which we can not culture into the laboratory. So that is the disadvantage of direct microscopic count. We can count both viable as well as non-viable. Then the food particles may interfere with counting and mistaken for microorganism. While we are taking a sample from the food, so directly that we are preparing the smear on the slides, so there will be some food particles will be also there. So along with the microbes, so that may interfere interfere with the while we are counting the microorganism. Then cell may not uniformly distributed. Okay, there will be some clumps will be there. Then some cells may not take up stain and mist while counting. अगर हम कोई डाई यूज कर रहे हैं, स्टेन यूज कर रहे हैं, तो हो सकता है कुछ माइक्रोब्स जो है उस चीज को नहीं ले पाए अपने अंदर. जब वो अपने अंदर लेगा स्टेन को, तभी वो हमें काउंटिंग में मदद करेगा. अदरवाइज वी कांट काउंट because microbes are colorless. So that's why we require some stain, we require some dye to make a colorful microbial cell so that we can easily count. Required dilution of sample. DMC counts are always higher than the Stinner plate count. Why DMC counts are always higher than the Stinner plate count? Because DMC counts both viable and non-viable, whereas Stinner plate count, it counts only viable. So that is the advantages and disadvantages. Now another direct counting methods is the direct counting on membrane filters. So here what we are using, suppose the microbial loads in the food sample is very less. So what we have to use, we have to use the membrane filter. Membrane filter is having a one, you can see here. Okay, wait. You can see here. So this is the membrane filter. Okay. So this filter, we are having a filtration unit. Okay. So this is the conical flask which is connected with one tube, and this tube is going to the vacuum machine. Whether the vacuum will be created, and on the top we are having a sample loading. So here we will load the sample, and we are having a clamps. So this part and these parts in between we are using the membrane filter. So this is the top of this flask. This is the top of the flask. Over that we are placing the this membrane filter, and then we are closing both the ends of sample collecting and this conical flask. दोनों को clamp से हम क्या करते हैं, टाइट कर देते हैं, and then these tubes which will be connected to the vacuum machine, and that machine we are switching on. So that vacuum machine will create a vacuum. Okay, so they will suck all the liquid particles. So जितना भी इसमें सैंपल होगा, सारे सैंपल को फिल्टर पेपर के द्वारा फिल्टर कर देगा. So filter paper, they are having a pore size. They are having a pore in the filter paper. So basically that pore size is 0.22 to 0.45 micrometer. So if जो इससे ऊपर के जितने भी साइज के माइक्रोब्स होंगे, that will be filtered and it will be as such on the filter paper. Okay, so here what we are using, we are concentrating the collecting the bacteria which is made up of this membrane on membrane filter, which is made up of a polycarbonate filter. Okay, so how we can do, we can homogenize the sample, and then we will keep into this sample this glass jar, we can say, and then we are tightening with this clamp to this conical flask, and then switching on the vacuum. So because of the creation of the vacuums, all the samples will be sucked and it will be filtered on the filter paper. So this filter paper we are taking out and we are doing the staining. We are counting by using stain. Staining करेंगे तो colorful bacterial cell हो जाएगा, and then we can easily count. That is one. Another one, either we can, this membrane filter we can keep into the suitable medium. Agar medium is there, or nutrient agar medium is there, or any absorbent pad is there which is saturated with the culture media, and then we will keep into the incubator for some times. So what will happen? There will be development of the colony will be there on that media. So if microbial colony is developed, we can easily count that colony. So that is the direct counting methods. Advantages of this direct counting on membrane filter is that well suited for sample containing low number of bacteria. That means sample which contains low number of bacteria is most suitable. facilitate concentrating bacteria by filtering large volume of sample. Then only a small volume of food samples can be used for single membrane and can be used to enumerate microorganisms from a variety of food, fresh fish, meat products, water sample, etc. So that is the advantage. Direct counting on membrane filters, एक जो है efficiency of membrane filters methods can be increased. अगर हम membrane filter का efficiency को बढ़ाना चाह रहे हैं तो how we can increase the efficiency of membrane filter? By staining with a fluorescent dye. Fluorescent dye example is that acridine orange, and observing under epifluorescence microscope, DEFT, direct epifluorescence filter techniques. That techniques is there by which we can count the microbes. Then viable cell fluorescence green. अगर हम fluorescent dye use करेंगे तो this dye acridine orange जो है ना viable cell अगर है, that means which can be cultured in the laboratory. So viable cells fluorescence green, whereas non-viable cells fluorescence orange. That is the difference. Non-viable and viable को इस तरह से हम count कर सकते हैं. Then acridine orange is an metachromatic fluorochrome which binds to double-stranded DNA of viable bacterial cells. So that is the function of this acridine orange. Then direct counting method हमारा हो गया. Now we are having a culture-based method, which is also a direct. Sorry, हाँ, या direct culture-based method. Culture-based method में क्या होता है? We are examining the microorganism in food. How we can examine the microorganism in food? By encouraging. Where we are encouraging? Encouraging to grow and multiply in a media. We are encouraging the microbes to grow and multiply in a media, whether it is a liquid medium or solid medium. So first we are encouraging. So on solid agar medium bacteria develops. So अगर हम उसको grow करने देंगे, multiply करने देंगे, तो definitely it will develop some colony, and that developed colony we are counting as a viable cell or viable colony. Then enumerating microorganism by culture-based method can done by using the plate count. So ये तो culture based हो गया, जो pore plate है हमारा, sorry, हाँ, plate count techniques है. दूसरा है हमारा most probable number techniques, उसके द्वारा भी करते हैं. Then a wide variety of media with varied composition capable of supporting the growth are available for the cultivation of different microorganisms. The composition of the media varies depending upon the, so it depends upon the which kinds of microbes we want to grow on the media. So it depends upon the composition of the media. It depends upon the grow type of microorganisms to be studied. Overall purpose of the study, whether to grow wide range of microorganisms or specific types. Then resuscitation of damaged but viable cell. That means जो physically damaged है या damaged cells हैं वो grow नहीं हो सकते हैं, but we can culture. Then type of diagnostic information required. Example of some medium is the general purpose media is the plate count agar, PCA. Lactose growth we are using for Escherichia coli. Selective media, Beard Parker agar we are using for the Staphylococcus aureus. Then bismuth sulfide, yeah, general. These are the some general purpose media as well as the selective media. You can able to see the slide. Slide दिख रहा है?
Yes, sir.
So we are having a general purpose media as well as the selective media.
Yes, sir.
General purpose media, plate count agar, lactose growth, E. coli. Then selective media, Beard Parker, BPA for Staphylococcus aureus. Bismuth sulfide agar, BSA जिसको बोलते हैं for salmonella. Then TCBS for Vibrios. Okay, don't forget, this is very important and comes in the competitive exam. Now coming to the plate count method. So plate count method, this method is referred to as a total plate count or standard plate count or aerobic plate count. Plate count methods we can say as a total plate count, standard plate count or aerobic plate count. And it's most widely used conventional method for determining viable cell or colony forming unit in the food. So इसको कैसे करते हैं स्टैंडर्ड प्लेट काउंट? हम क्या करते हैं, जो फूड सैंपल होता है या सैंपल होता है उसको क्या करते हैं, होमोजेनाइज कर देते हैं। होमोजेनाइज करने के बाद में सीरियल डाइल्यूशन हम प्रिपेयर करते हैं एंड सीरियल डाइल्यूशन से हम क्या करते हैं, हर डाइल्यूशन से हम सैंपल लेते हैं और उसको हम प्लेट करते हैं। प्लेट करते हैं जो हमारा स्टेराइल मीडिया होता है उसके ऊपर में, और प्लेट करने के बाद में हम उसको इंक्यूबेट करते हैं at appropriate temperature for required time, and then after that incubation is over, then we are counting the colony. So that will give the standard plate count or total plate count or aerobic plate count. Why we are calling aerobic plate count? Because it will develop on the surface of the plates. That's why it is called as aerobic plate count. Then standard plate count is based on the principle that each viable bacterial cell multiplies and grows into visible colony. Thus, counting number of colony gives an idea about bacterial cell presence. Okay, so after matlab colony is developed, the plates which is showing the 30 to 300 colony. So that plates we are selecting and counting the bacterial colony. Then what are the factors which affect the standard plate count? Sampling method employed, distribution of microorganism food, nature of food biota, then nutritional adequacy of plating media, incubation temperature and time, type of diluent used, presence of other competing organism, then plating on selective media for specific organism limited by degree of inhibition and effectiveness of selective differential agent employed, and standard plate count can be performed by pour plate method or spray plate method or surface plating method. So standard plate count, pour plate method एक है हमारा, इसमें क्या करते हैं, we are pouring the sample. First we are pouring the sample of 1 ml quantity and in a petri plates. इसको भी दो तरीके से करते हैं, ठीक है। दो तरीका ऐसा होता है, सैंपल हमने डाल दिया, उसको क्या करते हैं, मोल्टेन अगर जो होता है, मोल्टेन अगर के साथ में उसको हम मिक्स कर देते हैं, ठीक है। फिर उसके बाद मिक्स करने के बाद में मोल्टेन अगर जब सॉलिडिफाइड हो जाता है तब हम उसको इंक्यूबेट करते हैं इंक्यूबेटर में, एंड देन वी विल कीप फॉर सम ड्यूरेशन ऑफ टाइम, एंड देन आफ्टर दैट वी विल चेक द प्लेट्स which will show the bacterial colony. So that colony we are counting. So that is the pour plate method. And for proper mixing of sample with agar medium is necessary so as to get isolated colony, which can be done by two ways. So mixing of the sample with agar medium we can do by two-way process. First process is that what we are doing, either we can take a 1 ml of appropriate sample. Okay, 1 ml सैंपल लेंगे, उसको हम एम्प्टी जो हमारे स्टेराइल पेट्री प्लेट्स है उसमें डाल देंगे, ठीक है, एंड देन we will use the molten agar and we will pour the 15 to 20 ml of molten agar to that petri plates where 1 ml sample is there, and then slowly we will rotate the, or generally we will rotate the petri plates either in a clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. So what will happen, our sample will mixed with this molten agar. Okay, that is the one way process. Next is the, what we will do, we can do 1 ml of the appropriate sample, we can take 1 ml of the sample and we will keep into the test tube. Okay, and the test tubes, then we will add 15 to 20 ml of molten agar medium in the test tube, and then by using our palm हाथ से जो है हम उसको क्या करेंगे, रोटेट करेंगे, तो देयर विल बी प्रॉपर मिक्सिंग ऑफ दिस सैंपल एंड दिस मीडिया, so it will mix properly. After mixing properly, then we will pour into the Petri plates. Then after pouring into the Petri plates, we will allow to set, that is solidification. Once solidification over, then we will take that plates and keep into the incubator for some duration of time. So for example, 18 to 24 hours, and then we will take out these plates and we will count the colony. So that is the pour plate method. So you can see here this we are having a serial dilution. From that each serial dilution we are using 1 ml of this sample. Okay, this is Petri plates, sterile Petri plates. इसमें हमने 1 ml सैंपल डाला, उसके बाद हम उसमें मोल्टेन एगर डाला, उसको मतलब प्रॉपर मिक्स किया, देन सॉलिडिफाई किया, देन इंक्यूबेटर में डाला। इंक्यूबेटर में डालने के बाद में हम निकाल के देखा तो कॉलोनी डेवलप है। ठीक है, इसमें दो तरह के कॉलोनी हमको मिलेंगे, एक तो होता है जो सरफेस पे रहेगा, एक होता है सब सरफेस, मतलब जो मीडिया है, मीडिया के जस्ट नीचे, सरफेस के जस्ट नीचे में डेवलप होगा। देन स्प्रेड प्लेट मेथड है, इसमें क्या करते हैं, first we are diluting the sample, okay, and then diluted samples having a quantity of 0.1 ml we are taking, and this 0.1 ml we are मतलब spreading over the sterile Petri plates having a sterile media, solidified media. Over that we